Good morning. Good morning. I hope you're safe and well, because that is the most important thing. Well, we've had more heavy winds, strong winds overnight, and the snow has completely gone. It started to melt last night after dark, which is quite surprising, but obviously it was the warmer winds coming through. And we've woken up and it's just vanished. So, about 6 inches of snow gone. I am, of course, waiting for news of flooding lower down in the Calder Valley, but win some, you lose some. Hopefully it's all been slow enough and that there's enough capacity in the system to allow the water to move. Sorry, I'm waving my hands about here. Allow the water to move through gradually without having a peak that might lead to flooding in the valley bottoms. Right, work. ECHA have released their SCIP database version 2.0, and I'm putting the link below this video now. They are they're making a big thing of it. They're saying, oh, you can search it, you can do this, you can do that, you can do the other. This, ladies and gentlemen, in my very, very humble opinion, is probably one reason why ECHA are losing the plot over basic chemical information and basic chemical searches and all that kind of thing. They've been looking around going, how can we get some money in now REACH registrations ended? Because nobody realised when ECHA was set up that they had a lot of income during the registration phase and then virtually no income afterwards. And they weren't funded correctly. So they got involved in the SCIP database, which is, you can kind of see where it's coming from, because the reason that articles are in the SCIP database is for waste purposes, but the marker is, do they contain substances of very high concern? Who has the list of substances of very high concern? ECHA. Therefore, in some bureaucrat's mind, it made sense to give ECHA that, and ECHA would be going, me sir, please sir, because I have no money, And so we now have millions of SCIP database entries being held by ECHA. No doubt not all on the same website, but through their main website. And one of the things they were doing at the weekend when we lost service on a lot of things was updating SCIP database 2.0. Now, it's not finished yet. They are going to be gradually bringing it out so you can search by the SCIP number, which again will be useful for the waste industry, for the recycling industry, for the reusers. Yeah, fine. I get that. But is it really the position of ECHA to be handling all of that information for the purposes of helping the waste industry? No, I don't think it is. I think it's taking them away. It's removing their attention from what's really, really important. And in exactly the same way that they've already distracted themselves through the absolute ridiculousness of the extended safety data sheet and all that kind of thing. And we now have a situation where chemical safety reports are going to be checked manually when they're submitted for completeness. And you think, no, it's the wrong thing to be doing. They should be saying, this is a pile of crap. It hasn't worked. We should just get rid of it. And we should focus on what's important, which is the chemical data information correct? Do we trust the toxicological information? Have people interpreted it correctly? Is the classification correct? And another thing you may have noticed about the ECHA database is, as people are coming in and importing new chemicals, they are bringing them in and they're getting new EC numbers. So there's a lot of 9-number EC numbers, and they must be, I think, making notification for classification and labeling inventory as if it's like a new substance, when what they should be doing is they should be using the existing numbers, unless I'm missing the trick here somewhere and they can't have the EC number because it wasn't actually brought in as part of the INX list. That may be it. But what we're finding is we're getting a lot of, when you search on chemicals, we're getting a lot of new information, and it is, all of a sudden, instead of having like one thing with an EC number, because it's got a different EC number, you're getting 3 or 4 things, and you go into those new 9-number things and there's like no information. There's just the classification on CNL, and you're like, oh God. So you have to be careful and go back to the lowest number that you've got, particularly for EC numbers. If you've got something that's like a 2 prefix on the EC number or something that's a 9, search on the 2, because that's where the data will be. So they could be solving that kind of problem as well, to help people search and find the information they need, as well as trying to cleanse their existing databases to try and make sure that the information is as good as possible, so that we can all put good quality data into our safety data sheets to help people doing their own risk assessments, because that's what we should be focusing on. Not all of this, oh, you know, the extended safety data sheet, the chemical safety report, not all of the who's importing what, where, when, why. That doesn't matter unless you're trying to micromanage the entire chemical industry in the EU, which is a recipe, as we have seen during the lifetime of REACH, for making people leave said industry, and then you suddenly have a crisis like coronavirus, and there are not enough people there to make the biocides you need for the hand cleansers, are there? So, and certainly, ECHA should not be involved in the SCIP database, in my view. Chances of anybody listening to me, practically zero, but thank you for listening to the rant. Anyway, our mystery music continues for our reasons to be cheerful. And today it's Thin Lizzy and the boys are back in town. If you have an idea about what the mystery theme is, then do feel free to email me with your suggestions, because there's a little prize, very little, but still a prize for the first person to guess it. Right, so whatever you're doing today, I hope that you have a great day. I hope that your day is productive. I hope that the weather is better with you than it has been over the last few days. I look forward to chatting to you again tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Bye.